Hey guys, I'm back. Y'all didn't think I wasn't gonna be back because it's been 8 months since my last video, didn't you? Well, today I'm here to talk about the Edaville Railroad and why it is such a miracle of Maine railroading. The Edaville Railroad is a railroad in South Carver, Massachusetts. It's a miracle, nothing short of it. The trains, the history, and the man behind it, and it is beautiful. Let's get into it. First off, what is narrow gauge? Narrow gauge, for those of you out there who don't know what it is the space between the rails for the train to fit on the track. Standard gauge is normally 4 feet and 8.5 inches in between the tracks. Those trains are usually bigger than the 3-foot trains out in Colorado that are the Colorado narrow gauge. However, Maine has narrow gauge width of 2 feet 6 inches in between the rails, therefore making it the smallest in the entire country. Now, that's when it comes to narrow gauge, not in other gauges that are smaller. The history of the Edaville starts in 1941. Maine, once known for its large network of narrow gauge trains, now sits dormant since the 1930s, and then some. However, the Bridgeton and Harrison Railroad, closed in 1938, was still intact and remained pretty good condition. The locomotives and equipment looked almost immaculate when one man named Winwood L. Moody saw it and told his good friend Ellis D. Atwood about it, and Atwood was ecstatic. This was mainly because on his cranberry bogs in Massachusetts, he wanted to build a small railroad on those bogs. Later, Moody and Atwood would find coaches and rolling stock from the Sandy River and Rangeley Lakes Railroad, and later saved Monson Railroads number 3 and 4 from the scrapyard in New York. The railroad was constructed and built in 1947 to pull people around all over the cranberry bogs that at Bridgeton and Harrison number 7, Bridgeton and Harrison number 8, Monson locomotives number 3 and 4, and lots of coaches and rolling stock, mostly from the Sandy River and Rangeley Lakes Railroad, Bridgeton and Harrison, and a little bit from the Monson. The railroad ran for many years until 1994 when the equipment was bought up and moved to Maine. The railroad runs today as a theme park, and the railroad has different locomotives that pull the trains there now. Now, if it wouldn't have been for Atwood or Moody, the narrow gauge locomotives would have probably been scrapped, as well as the equipment and coaches that were with the locomotives. Maine was once a powerhouse in the industry, and to lose it has catastrophic consequences, especially with all the mills closing today. Some of the industries Maine still has are tourism, shellfish fishing, maple syrup producers, blueberries, and pine tree logging. Not much with that, though, because most of the mills are kind of closing down more and more rapidly. So the fact that these trains exist is nothing short of a miracle. And it opens the door to a more different and more industrial Maine than what people are used to nowadays. Now, if you're curious, yes, the trains still exist, and you can ride them at the Maine Narrow Gauge Museum in Portland and the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington Museum in Alna, Maine. However, right now, Monson number 3 is at the Edaville Railroad, and if you are in Massachusetts, it might be great to take a chance to ride her. I'm Jack, and I will see you next time.